Hello guys, Gameweek 34 is coming very soon, so now it's time to look at some transfer targets for it. I believe that you should be investing in a double Gameweek player right now, so I'm going to take a look at the 7 teams and deduct the best possible doublers from those teams. I'm going to start even from Sheffield and all the way up to Arsenal. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting 10 to 15 minutes of discussions, who should you buy and should you buy it at all, especially if you're crushing your team in 34. I believe the best strategy now is to get the doublers, so let's dive right into the discussions. We're going to start with Sheffield, as already mentioned. They play Burnley and Manchester United, so it's a possibility for you to go and grab some players from that team to boost your rank, especially the game against Burnley. It's going to be very important for them. And even against Manchester United are a leaky side right now, so I don't see a reason why you shouldn't at least think about some Sheffield guys. Let's go through them. In goal, no way. In defense, no way. So those were two quick discussions. I don't see a reason for you to invest in their defenders or goalkeepers. They are never keeping clean sheets. They are never performing well from the back. So yeah, just go without any goalkeepers or defenders. In midfield, I have really two options for you. So the first one is Makati. He's 4.4. He was a starter a while ago, but now he has fallen short of starting some games. He hasn't performed really well in the past weeks. So yeah, even though his price is 4.4, and what point of the season he was one of the better cheap players, I believe you should be avoiding him. And the other guy is Brenton Diaz. I know that he is facing some tough oppositions going forward, as already mentioned, but still, if they score a goal, most probably he is somehow involved. As you can see against Fulham, yeah, he scored 2 goals and made 1 assist. Here he was close to scoring. Here he had an opportunity to score as well and to assist. The only game where he didn't perform really well was against Sheffield, but against Liverpool, sorry. But you cannot perform really well against such a big side as Liverpool, as they are pretty hard to play against, especially at Anfield. So I wouldn't consider that game as something to showcase. Here he missed a lot of fixtures, and here he scored 2 goals. So he has 4 goals from basically 7 games, so that's a good number. He isn't on penalties, so have that in mind. But for me, he is the only player worth looking for and from Sheffield. In attack, I don't like how their forwards are performing, so I wouldn't discuss them at all. Going into the next team, we're going to discuss Everton. And here we have several more players to pick from. First, Pickford, as you can see, he is right now currently in my lineup, and he still hasn't played against Chelsea at time of recording, but regardless of the outcome, I believe Pickford is one of the better goalkeepers to own for Gameweek 34. If you want a doubler and you don't have the money to go for Raya or Alisson, Pickford is an ideal replacement. He faces Forest at home and Liverpool at home, so 2 home fixtures for a double up. Maybe he's going to rack up some save points. We have to see. At homes, he kept a clean sheet here. Then he performed okayish against West Ham, even though they conceded 3. Then against Crystal Palace, it was an okay performance. Against Spurs, against Aston Villa, so at home, they're doing really well. So I wouldn't be surprised if they keep a clean sheet, at least against Nottingham Forest, and that's what you expect from your goalkeeper. In defense, I wouldn't look past Brentwaite as an option. 4.3, a very cheap option. Looking at Mikulenko, yeah, he has been performing alrightish, and he is with assist potential, but the 0.3 spent more on Mikulenko doesn't justify, in my opinion, so I would be going for Brantwaite if I was looking for a defender from Everton. In midfield, I'm going to skip talking about their midfielders, as none of them scream like explosive points or something like that. In attack, Calvert-Lewin, I'm not really sure how and he's performing and doing. Let's check right now what's at the game against Chelsea. So it hasn't started, as you can see. and he is out of the squad. So yeah, in attack I wouldn't recommend Calvert-Lewin as well. Beto, it's not for my liking. So basically Brentwaite and Pickford are my recommendations from Everton. Going into Bournemouth, Neto, a good goalkeeper. Yeah, he hasn't performed really well against Manchester United. He got a yellow card and conceded 2 goals, but regardless, he is doing alright. Against Luton, 4 points, even though they conceded 2. Against Crystal Palace, a clean sheet and a bonus. So if you're looking for a clean sheet and bonus package, Neto is another good option as well as Pickford, but he's a little bit more expensive. In defense, I would recommend Senesi. He has just returned and provided 2 assists against Manchester United. It was a lucky assist. Yeah, both of them were lucky assists. Like he passed the ball and then the strikers and the forwards made some movements and they shot the ball and they scored. So yeah, I don't expect a lot of assists going forward. Those basically, oh no, he has 4 assists, so he is used to providing some assists, and I believe that he is a better option than Zabarny. I own Zabarny, but when I bought him, Senesi was injured. So yeah, Senesi, the better options from the two, and in my opinion, with the price as well, you can save a little bit of money. In midfield, there are some injury worries for their midfielders, Tavernier, Sinistera and Adams. The only one worth looking at is Kluivert, but I wouldn't go there. For me, they are way more exciting midfielders. But speaking about an exciting forward, Solanke is one of, if not the best option as a striker right now for the double up. Penalties, Neones, and he's ever present. I believe that you cannot go much better right now. He has been performing really well at home, not such well at away fixtures especially, but if they tend to score a goal away, most probably he is going to be involved. So Dominic Solanke is very high on that list. Next up we go to our fourth team, and that's going to be Crystal Palace. Looking at the Crystal Palace lineup, Dean Henderson, a perfectly fine goalkeeper in my opinion, even though West Ham and Newcastle may be tough. 2 home fixtures, I wouldn't go past him to keep at least 1 clean sheet there. In defense, Anderson, the best center back and the only fit one, but I would recommend Munoz as well. He has been performing really well. He has 1 assist already on his name, and I believe that he can improve even more. Mitchell, he made an assist against Liverpool and got the 3 bonus, but that's basically... Oh no, he has some assists so far, but first assist under the new manager, and his expected assists are not a very high number, so I wouldn't go there. I would just prefer to pick Munoz. In midfield, of course, I will be highly considering Eze and Ulize, especially Eze, being on penalties and playing on that left flank. I believe that he has a very high potential, and 2 home fixtures for me, he can do a lot of damage. I would need to see how they are performing and where the budget is being spread for my team. But if I had the exact money, I would most probably go for Eze. Even though Ulize, when fit and playing more minutes, he was returning scores like 1 goal and 2 assists. 2 goals here, go here, assist here, go here. So he was performing away and at home and against bigger oppositions and against smaller oppositions, but at home specifically he was doing wonders and he was scoring so many goals even from such a low expected ratio. So 6 goals from 3 and 3 assists from 3. So basically he is there for the assists, but the wonder goals are for him. The only thing that may persuade me to go for Eze is the penalty appeal, but I'm highly considering Ulize as well. Up front, Mateta, a good second or third striker option in my opinion. 5.0 nailed, and he plays alrightish. He had an unexpected goal which Robertson saved by a very small margin, but you can see he scored against City, against Forest, against Luton, against Burnley, assisted against Everton, then scored against Brighton. He's basically performing really well since the new manager came, so I wouldn't look past him. So yeah, I believe that he is an okay pick as well. Going into the 5th team of the selections, is going to be Wolves. Here I wouldn't recommend Jose Sa as he is way more expensive than Henderson, Neto and Pickford, and he is not on the level of Raya and Alisson, so he's somewhere in between, so I wouldn't go there. Human, most probably one of the better options as he's nailed and 90 minutes. Yeah, he hasn't missed a minute so far, so that's a good thing. 8 Nuri, if fit as well, a pretty good option, especially on that left wingish swash left wing back for formation they play. 8 Nuri is a great guy. Dawson, I hope he returns finally from that injury and he can register some minutes. I'm not sure that this would happen, so I wouldn't recommend him to you. But Kuman and 8 Nuri are a good selection. Chan, he returned against Forest, he didn't do much, but he is a good option once again, especially if he returns to the form that he was in. And Sarabia, an amazing player. I don't know if he's on penalties right now, with Cunha being back into the frame, and for me this is the best attacker from Wolves, so if you can go for him, go for him. In my opinion, he performed really well against Forest. He scored those poacher goals, and now with 2 home fixtures, I predict that he can do a lot more damage as well. Going into Liverpool, as they are the next team we should consider. Alisson Becker returned to the frame, 3 points with 3 saves. I believe that if you have the money and want to go for a goalkeeper for the double up, he's your guy. And even though they are conceding goals left, right and center, I believe that with him in net, they will improve massively. In defense, so Bradley got an injury, Matip is injured, so that leaves Alexander-Arnold to start. I don't know if Gomez will start instead of him and they will be rotated at some point, so I wouldn't recommend any of them to you, but Virgil van Dijk for sure gets the recommendation as he is the captain and he is ever present in the squad. In midfield, I believe that Salah is the guy to own right now. I know that he hasn't been performing really well. Here he had a very high expected goal, here he had one. So yeah, I would consider, how to say, owning him and getting him. If you don't, he will be my captain, so I would recommend him very dearly. But yeah, for me, he is a must own player at the moment. Then we have Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota. And as you can see, Diogo Jota has missed more than half of the season and he's next to the points of Luis Diaz. And he got into a good chance, he didn't score it, but I believe that he can return to the goal scoring form he was. So from those same chances, next time he's going to score a goal. Look here, he had such a low expected behavior, but he provided. So for me, he is going to be the player to target this week. He looks amazingly well and he is going to deliver us points. Up front, Darwin is the guy to go for, but if I can go for someone from Liverpool other than Salah, I would recommend going for Diogo Jota. And finally, we are going to see Arsenal. Basically, if you can get a defender from them, go for it. Gabriel, Saliba, White, 3 of them are amazing and I believe they can deliver you a lot of points. Raya, I wouldn't go for him as the defenders tend to pick more bonus points and have some danger going forward, so I wouldn't rest my case for Raya anymore. In midfield, Odegaard has a knock. We have to see how he performs in Champions League or if he is even in it. But Saka is a must-own in my opinion, so don't go without him. It's going to hurt your rank massively, especially for that double up. And for me, you should be getting him if you don't have him. Havertz is the other player that I would recommend dearly for you to pick. I know that he didn't score any points against Aston Villa, got a yellow card as well. But that game wasn't just Arsenal's game, so yeah. Don't worry about that. For me, he's a great player to buy. If you have the money and if you're wanting to go for a differential under 10%, an amazing player. In attack, I wouldn't recommend anyone as they're first of all not nailed and second of all not providing at all. So my top 5 guys for recommendations are Salah, Saka, one of Arsenal defenders, it doesn't matter who, Eze or Ulize, and Dominic Solanke. For me, those 5 players are detrimental for your rank next week, and I believe those should be your top priority guys. If you want to see more videos for 34 and for the whole FPL season going forward, subscribe to the channel, like the video. I hope you enjoyed that one, but for now guys, I'll be heading out. Bye!